Okay. 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 And we should be peaches and gravy. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Anyway, what the hell? Oh. No, that's okay. Anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the weekly reaction to Unordinary, brought to you by Uru-chan. Guys, I don't know if y'all know this, but we do have emotes. If you can sign up for a channel membership, you got emotes. You should use them. They're really cool. I had them made a long time ago. Welcome, Animation. Good to see you, buddy. But guys, oh man, today's gonna be good. Today's gonna be a good episode. I know it is. Anyway, yeah. So last time on Unordinary, Ison and Sarah rocked house. Ison was like able to like seemingly single-handedly handle the rest of the guards as they showed up. Obviously, like, yeah, I think they were like pretty weakened from Sarah as well, from like her like defending Ison and stuff. But he was able to clean house. Sarah wrecked shop when it came to Colt's. Like, dang, Colt had Colt faced anyone else, he could have been really cool. But yeah, no, Colt had the misfortune of going up against Serafina, of all people. What's up? What's up, Solo? What's up? Yeah, I remember that, Solo. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot. I was actually rewatching that a few weeks ago as well. What's up, Miriam? Welcome. Good to see you again, buddy. But yeah, so last week, so yeah, Colt, I'm actually very curious what his ability is, because it seems like it's more guard and trick based, but his build suggests a lot of power. So I don't know. It was weird. But yeah, so Sarah, she made short work of Colt. Like, I definitely still think that Sarah is, like, you know, getting worn out a little bit because she was sweating. But yeah, her and Ison were just kind of like, all right, we should regroup with the others. We then cut to John and Kuyo, where John healed up Kuyo, and John was like, okay, we need to go after the healer now. And Kuyo was like, I got this, man. Don't worry. Kuyo did not have this. He got blocked by 3 shielders. And John was just like, let me use you as a stepping stone real quick. Kuyo, don't mind me, because you want to talk so much shit. And he did like a backflip, sliced through the guys who were like defending, went for the healer, knocked him out. That's when the warden showed up. And John could not resist. He did not have the will to resist the warden's command. Now, a lot of people on Reddit were like, bro, John is so weak now. Like, bro, why did Uru nerf John? Like, what is this? This is trash. Now, here's the thing. Here's why I think the warden's commandments are working on John. John got no defense right now. John got recovery. He got power. He probably got, he's pretty fast now. He got trick, obviously. But John has no defense right now. And we obviously saw that, like, if you have high defense, you can resist certain things. Barrier was able to like negate Sylvia and Farah's like hypnosis and sensory. Now, granted, we don't know if it would have worked on Arlo per se. We know, no. We know that hypnosis doesn't work fully on stronger people, like specifically like higher levels. If you have a higher level, you can resist hypnosis. We know that because Blake and Remy, they were affected, but they weren't completely knocked out, but it was taking a toll on them. But John's got no defense right now. He's got no he doesn't have a lot of defense right now. So I think it makes sense that he's not really able to resist how are we pronouncing his name today? How are we pronouncing his name? We've done Tariq, we've done Tariq, we've done Tariq. Tariq. Yeah, his name's Tariq tonight. So yeah. So obviously, you know, who knows? Who knows? That's what I think is going on. But we got another chain girl. And we got like a bubble shield protecting Tariq. And so yeah, so John was able to electrocute a few of the guards. But yeah, we saw that a beam of lightning was headed for them, and they moved the shield, cracked the shield, and Tariq got hit with like a rock, but he was surprised to see his ability was now active on someone else because Blake showed up. What's up, Wheel? What is up, buddy? Blake showed up and was just like, "What's up, Warden? Like, what's up? Try something. Like, let's try something." So yeah, we do need to see if he has to keep it active on, like, if he has to like focus on one people. Like, I'm pretty sure back when he like put Blake, I'm pretty sure he locked down like Blake and like the 3 other guys, not just Blake. But yeah, so it's looking good, guys. We're pretty stacked with these episodes. So let's see what happens tonight. All right, here we go. We're ready. So, lightning beam comes through the gate. Tariq is like, they shield it. It's cracking. They get knocked back. A pebble scratch. I'm pretty sure he was bleeding last time. Hold up. Pause. Double pause. Triple pause. Quadruple pause. I'm pretty sure there was like the smallest bit of blood last time. Okay, never mind. There wasn't. There was no blood. I'm misremembering. So, Pebble. He's like, I've been wounded. And he's like, He's got the lockdown on Blake. What's up? What's up, Warden? Unordinary. 361. Let's go. Where? Above. So, Kuyo. Okay, so yeah. Seems like he has to focus in a direction at least. So Kuyo up right above him with the Buster Sword. He looks down at him. And this is cool. This is cool. So you guys know how like Ison like has the targets with like the thing in the middle. So the Warden's eyes kind of like do something similar. They like kind of like cross at each other. So it looks pretty cool. So yeah. So he looks at Kuyo. Freeze. And so Kuyo sees John coming in at the flank. And Warden's just like, block him! He hardly has any aura left. But here comes the lightning. What? The John and Remy tag team? Are you kidding me? So, oh my god. Oh my god. John just cut like his eye. Oh my god. Oh, Remy, you're so cool. You're so cool, Remy. He doesn't have any pupils. Welcome, Sumandark. Welcome, Mandark. Welcome. Dude, I'm glad you're here, buddy. He does not. His eyes are just whites. Did they finally catch a body? There's no way. There is no way. There's no way it was that easy. That's possible animation. That's actually a really good theory. That's actually a pretty interesting thought. Okay, there's no way it's this easy. So Remy's just standing behind him. Warden! Hold them off before they can get away. And Blake, with the quick shot, he's up to... Well, no, he was already at 4. Good luck with that. So Blake quick shots them with the finger beams. Remy electrocutes them. Oh, no! Remy slices Blake's cuffs off. Blake's just ... All right, let's get out of here. No, you have to take Rain. You have to take Rain. What am I sensing? Okay, it's not that easy. What am I sensing? Lockdown is back. This aura is all wrong. He should not be able to recover this fast. Tarek's Pyre? Welcome, McLovin, welcome. Probably not, McLovin. Probably not at this point. Tarek's Pyre? Really? What up, Mohammed? What up? No. I don't think Tarek is Pyre. So he's recovering. You're not going anywhere. And so more guards show up. Fire! And they do the punch shots. And they all get blasted again. Fuck! I already used a ton of ore to heal us earlier. I can't keep this up for much longer. And Sarah. Tarek can't stop her. Kicks him far away. And she kicks his head into the wall again. Ison shows up, slashes the guards. Oh shit! He looks at one of the guards, grabs his head, throws him into the wall. John, is everyone okay? Sarah, John, can you stand? Yeah, I just need a sec. Ison, look at you. You transformed. So cool. Hey, holy shit, you're way taller now. And you got claws and everything. I love the strap. Guys, you don't have time for this. You do not have time for this. Oh, yeah. Keep the compliments coming. ... Blake's thinking about that. He's thinking about that. Oh, no. It's setting in, guys. It's starting to set in. ... So they're running away. This way. So they pass a guard. Remy zaps them. Pass a guard. Ison stabs them. And he's just like, this feels like a dream. Is any of this actually happening? Or is my mind playing tricks on me again? They really came all this way to save me? Blake's in the back, and I really don't like that. So what? They're the reason you're you were here in here to begin with. That's not Keon's color. That's Blake's color. And Blake falls. Blake! Hey! Is he okay? Over here. It's fine. I got him. Keep moving. Code red. Code red. Escapee is inmate 58212. Red hair, golden eyes, ability, energy discharge. No, Blake does not have gold eyes. John has gold eyes. Uru, knock it off. Knock it off. Energy discharge, high tier. There are 5 other high tiers with him. If you see them, proceed with caution. Confirm last location. Westgate, 4 minutes ago. So, that's not Kuyo. Oh no. No. That's not. No. Okay, no. That is Kuyo. That is Kuyo. I thought I saw like a coat. Like I thought like, so it's his pants, but the way it's positioned, it looks like a black trench coat. And we know who rocks black trench coats. So yeah. So slice. Remy breaks through. We have a breach! Eastern perimeter wall! And they run out. Get to the vans. Kuyo. Start it up, Remy. Remy electrocutes a car to turn on. Cool, I guess. All right. Everyone hang tight. And they drive off. And Blake wakes up. Where am I? Remy and Ison by his side. ... The cuffs are off. It wasn't a dream. And he starts crying. I'm really out of that place. Hey. Okay. Ison is back to normal. Ison's back to normal. Keep it down. Some of us are trying to sleep. ... exclamation point. Ah, Blake! And Remy hugs him. Thank goodness. You're finally back. We missed you so much. And Ison just smiles. I missed you guys too. It's good to be back. Unordinary episode 361. And first things first, Tarek is not Pyre. I'm not buying that. They probably gave him regeneration though. He probably just has regeneration. But here we go. Le bonus. Ison! What did he level up to? What Ison? Predator! What did I say? What did I fucking say? Uru. Send me my check. Send me my check, Uru. You better send me my check. You better send me my check, Uru. You gotta send me my... I said that name. I said that name, Uru. Predator. 5.3! I was fucking right! What the fuck did I say? Okay, now the real question, did Remy also get a level up? Did Remy also get a level up? Previously, Hunter. What did I say? I said he was Predator now. Now, okay, what's next? Call. Okay, since Remy is not following Ison, I'm assuming she does not get a level up. She is still just 5.8. Okay, that's totally fine. Totally fine. 5.3. What did I fucking say? So Colt in prison. Okay, yeah. I don't know what I said. Colt's ability was. I don't think I said in prison, but 5.6. Okay, cool. So wow, not as much trick as I thought. Wait. This is crazy. So his power and defense look relatively okay. He's got a fair bit of recovery, surprisingly. and he doesn't have a lot of he has like, so it looks like his power and defense are like a 6. Defense might be like 5.5 or something. His trick seems to also be a 5. I thought he would, because of like the gates and everything, I thought he would have had like a lot more trick. But okay. Interesting. Okay, we're getting Tarek. Paralysis. Okay, paralysis. That should have been obvious. Okay. Farah has hypnosis. Tarek has paralysis. They're definitely siblings. But what is his level? 6.2? Yeah, that makes sense. 6.2 plus, because he's got a lot of recovery now. And the recovery is looking a little purple. Hold up. No, I think paralysis makes sense. I think paralysis makes sense because without a doubt, Farah is his sister. Like, they're obvious. They are absolutely siblings. So yeah, that's what I think too. That's what I think too, Joseph. So yeah, so like Farah and like Tarek, they're without a doubt they're siblings. They are absolutely siblings. So yeah, so like him having a wait. I think Farah is a 6.3, or no. She's a 6.5. 6.5. Yeah. Okay. Oh no. Absolutely, Mandark. Absolutely. So here's the thing, guys. So Tarek, yeah. I'm rolling with this. So Tarek, he's got a lot of trick. He's got a lot of recovery. But why does he have a lot of recovery? Because Tarek has modified aura. So Tarek's trick goes all the way. Not a lot of power, not a lot of speed. His defense, power, and speed are nothing, basically. But he has a lot of recovery. And the recovery matches the same purple. Well, no. So his recovery is a little bit darker, but it's purple with like that hint of like magenta that Farah also has. So Tarek is not part of Ember, but the Bureau definitely gave him recovery. Now, who does recovery belong to? Well, I said a long time ago, if you guys were around, if you guys were around for some other streams I did in the past, I did a theory stream where I theorized which abilities belonged to which superheroes. So this is what I think. Where is it? Where? So, long time ago, we did a stream where we talked about who the abilities could belong to. Now, so far, we have speed, regeneration, and flame claws, and flame claws. I'm pretty sure those are like the main Ember stats or abilities so far. Because again, going back to Farah, she's got a lot of trick. Obviously, that's her own ability. Speed, that's a lot. Power, and also, I didn't even. Oh my gosh, I did not. Maybe I didn't notice a long time ago, but oh my gosh, you can even tell which stats are boosted because of the little plus. Wait. Was that also on Liam and Candace? Oh wait, there was also one for John. Okay. So John, max power, max trick, not full recovery, pretty decent speed, pretty like mid level defense. Like I said, John did not have a lot of defense here. But this is why I really think Uru should have given us I really would have liked to see Uru give us the guards levels, because I feel like John should have max recovery right now. Interesting. Anyway, so Farah, we know that she had more power, flame claws, speed from speed, and recovery from regeneration of some kind. So, and also there is lightning as well. There's lightning as well in their mix. But here's the thing though, actually. I don't think that they can amp abilities like John can. I don't think they can amp stats. Okay. Good point there, Pommy. Good point. Okay. I'm saying it right now. Rain is fucked. I really don't want her to be, but Rain is screwed now. Like, they're absolutely considering what just happened, they're absolutely going to search her memories. Wait, who said? Okay, Mandark. So no, the escape went fairly smoothly. I think Isen's level up definitely helps them. But yeah, so now that that's a thing too, though, there's gonna be another monkey wrench, and I think that monkey wrench is obviously gonna be they're in Brannish again. They're with Beatrice, but okay, here's why I say that, Wheel. Because now Rain knows what the Bureau is doing. They saw her talking with Blyke constantly during lunch and everything. They're going to search her memories to see if they can get anything from her. Obviously, Keon is going to be the one to do it. This will probably be what makes or breaks Keon for the fandom, like, as a character. Like, Keon will probably search her memory, probably see, oh, this girl knows about us. If Keon, like, this will probably be what makes or breaks Keon's character. If he says, like, she's clean, she doesn't know anything, like, they didn't talk about anything, she might still get released. I think probably now that, like, there's been this, like, break-in and everything, and, like, a prisoner was rescued, there's probably going to be she's probably not getting out anytime soon now. But yeah. So, going back to what we were talking about, though. Who do the abilities belong to? So, Ecstatic obviously has lightning. That's where a lot of power came from. Flame Claw. Now, here's where I got a little confused. Here's where I was thinking about what this could mean. Okay, speed. I don't have a lot of I don't have, like, a lot of evidence for this, but I think that Hurricane or maybe Cloud went. Oh no, absolutely Solo. But I think speed might have come from Hurricane or Cloud, possibly. Now, regeneration could have come from Phoenix. However, Flame Claws also could have come from Phoenix as well, because I don't really know who else it could have been. Now, granted, like, we've seen abilities with, like, multiple things. Like, we've seen abilities do multiple things. Isen's ability just got fucking insane. Liam can turn water into ice, become water and ice, and become water and ice. So, yeah, pretty cool. But it's interesting. So maybe Flame Claws and Regeneration came from Phoenix, but I doubt it because it was labeled as a separate ability. So I personally think that Flame Claws came from Phoenix. Who Flame Claws came from? I don't know. Maybe Archrageous? Maybe? Who knows? Maybe Mistress Emerald? Well, actually, Col- Colton. There is no way. You know what, that's also possible, Colton. That there's also the possibility that Flame Claws actually didn't originate from a vigilante either. But Colton, there is no way you show back up for the first time since the season premiered. There is no way you show back up and the first thing you do is say, I don't know, man. I don't know. Ison should be a higher level. Let me tell you something, Colton. Let me tell you something, big dog. Okay, you following me, big dog? You following me, French? 5.3 is perfectly acceptable. 5.3 makes sense. 5.5 would have been pushing it. 5.3 is perfectly fine for Ison. That is a fat ability jump. Ison literally went half of his level. Ison jumped half a level. You wanted him to like bump up one whole level from you wanted him to just jump like a whole level. You wanted him to go to from 4.8 to 5.8. Like, no, 5.3 is perfectly fine. That's literally half a level. So it's fine. Yeah. Because the guy was focused on also catching Sarah too. Like, it's totally fine. Ison is stronger now. Ison's got claws. Actually, since we're here, we can also reference his stats here. Okay. So let's reference the stats real quick. Let's reference the stats. That's true, Solo. That's true. Possibly Mandark, maybe. Okay. So Ison stats. His power is like right about here now. His defense looks about the same, actually. Defense looks about the same. Recovery looks about the same. Speed jumped up a little bit too, it seems. Speed's like right about here. Trick doesn't look like there was doesn't really look like... No, I think there was like a small jump in Trick. Yeah, like that felt a little bit weird, Colton. I will agree with you there. Oh yeah, absolutely animation. So like I'm gonna be 100% real. I'm going to be 100% real. I myself, and I think a lot of the fandom, I think like a very big amount of the fandom were under the impression that like if you have high recovery and like healing as well, that also regenerates aura. Because yeah, it very much seemed like that based off of everything. Now granted, most of the fights that that everyone has been having to deal with have been just like high schoolers, just like random people that like just like random people, like random high schoolers and a few select shitbag adults. For the most part, obviously Rowden Hill, obviously stuff like that, like, you know, like Sarah, Arlo, and Layla getting jumped by Spectre. The Wellston War, obviously that's like, those are separate occasions. But for the most part, the fights in the series have just been between high schoolers and adults who are shitty people. So, not, I can get it. I can get, like, them cleaning house there. They were up against, like, a prison this time, ran by the government of their country. I definitely think it makes sense that John would not have had an easy time with these opponents as he has been in the past. Granted, John had super powerful abilities this time. He had Lightning Hunter, Blade Master, and he also had some recovery. He had some healing. Now, I've been under the impression, well, apparently with a lot of the community as well, that regenerating also regenerated aura. Doesn't seem like that's the case now, but I'm pretty sure there is sufficient evidence to support that this was not always the case. Now, granted, I definitely think I can understand why John was struggling this match, and I said it at the beginning of this stream. I can understand why John was struggling here. He had no defense this time. Typically, he's always had either Zeke's defense or Arlo's defense when push came to shove. John, John can have like super massive recovery and he could be like super high power, but if he's a glass cannon, he's a glass cannon. It will make sense that he will struggle if like he heals, but if he runs out of aura. Granted, I do think like the sudden retcon, if it is a retcon that like recovering doesn't actually recover aura, again, I thought it did, but apparently it doesn't. But yeah. So I can understand why John was struggling with this match. Honestly, doesn't feel 100% real for me when you realize he did not have any healing. Or he did not have any defense this time. He had a little bit, obviously, but he didn't have as much as he typically fights with. But yeah. Now, granted, Sarah getting a little bit tired, but Sarah ultimately being the one who like seemed to be like the most okay. Like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense because Sarah was pushing herself this time with guards and obviously Colt, but Sarah also didn't take a lot of hits tonight. Like, did she take any hits? I don't think so. But yeah, she's just been like pushing herself a lot too. But yes, it is weird because John, like, that was kind of the whole thing that like John does have like a lot of aura. So yeah, that is weird. Well, yes, but that makes sense. That makes sense, Joseph, because Elaine wasn't healing herself. Elaine was healing others. Yeah, no, it is. I think it's because like, you know, Farah is more important. Yeah, Farah is way more important. Like Farah, like, bro, Farah's so bad though. I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe. Like I really really want to see like Cameron teaching John some other stuff about their ability. I think that might still be like Mandark. A lot of time has not passed since season 2. A lot of time has not passed in story. I think at most it's been a month. Personally, though, I think it's been like 1 or 2 weeks. Like I do, like not a lot of time has passed. The timeline in Unordinary is already incredibly vague, but like not that much time has passed. I saw a lot of people speculating like, oh, like because of like what Remy, like the Remy and Ison chapter, when Remy was like sneaking out to like basically take down some thugs for some vigilantes. A lot of people speculated because Ison was able to like track Remy's footsteps. Like, oh my gosh, is Ison a high tier now? Ison's probably a high tier now. Like he's probably leveled up in the meantime. And it's like, guys, not that much time has passed, and he has not been training. Colton, what do you mean it's been 3 months? Where is your proof? Where is your proof, Colton? Show me your proof. Show me your evidence. What do you mean it's been 3 months? Where is your evidence, King? Yeah. She did do that. She did do that animation. But yeah, like a lot of people were like, oh, like they were probably training. Where was this proof? Colton, animation. Where is your proof? Oh, wait. Do you guys mean like the whole story in general? Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell. Champ. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I'm sorry. That's my bad. That is my bad. Okay. My fault. I Uru, please just make a timeline, bro. Just make a timeline, bro. Seriously. Just make a timeline. Just give us dates. Just give us a rough estimate. Yeah. No. So yeah. Oh no, wait, what was I gonna say? Anyway, but yeah. So a lot of people were like, oh, Ison leveled up, like Ison's a high tier now. Oh, Remy's a god tier now. She leveled up, like Remy's good. Like Remy surpassed Ray finally. Remy's a god tier. And it's like, no. It's been like 1 or 2 weeks since Wellston happened, since they left Wellston. They've been staying incognito. They have been told it's clear by the job episode. It's clear that like Kuyo told them, don't go out, don't use your ability. We got to blend in. We cannot do anything crazy. Like we cannot do anything crazy. Like they have not been used, aside from Remy, they had not been using their ability that much lately. And everyone was like, they could have trained in the meantime. They could have like been practicing. Like, you don't know that for sure. Well, guess what, motherfucker? Ison just got a level up this episode. We ain't getting no new stat sheet. For Remy. Remy's not a god tier yet. Motherfucker. But yeah. Yeah, it could take 3 or 4 days, hours, weeks. Yeah, maybe 5. That's a great episode of iCarly. What I love. Okay. Weird, weird side tangent. Wait, how do I do things? Yeah, okay, here we go. Weird side tangent. What I love most about that episode. What I love most about this episode. This right here. This right here. I love most about this episode. And Spencer does not give a fuck. Does not give a fuck and even laughs. Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay. Okay, Colton. I don't think... Okay. I think just for the sake of, like... what's the word? I think for the sake of, like... For the sake of simplicity... No, not for the sake of... I don't know what to say. I think that Remy should remain the strongest of the trio. I do. Just story wise, because she's always been the strongest. And like, this is like, okay. This is gonna sound crazy. This is gonna sound very crazy. In terms of whose story this is, just as much as it is John, Unordinary is also kind of like Remy's story as well. Cause like John and Remy are really like the only two in the main cast whose lives have whose like events in their lives have like impacted the world around them, and they're the ones to take action in their society. So like John, obviously, you know, his dad wrote Unordinary. His dad wrote it to help John. And not only that, it inspired people to become superheroes. It inspired vigilantism because the Bureau isn't doing the right thing for everyone. It inspired that. And John, once again, his whole life, though, has been affected by the Bureau. He doesn't have his mom because of them. He's like, his dad was killed because of them. He's been labeled a criminal because he's not going to stand for how they've treated his family anymore. Remy's brother was inspired by John's dad. Remy's brother decided to go out and change the world. Remy's brother was killed by the very same people, not the exact same people, but by the very same organization who killed and has been manipulating John's family. Remy has been trying to get answers from these people, and they just refuse her at every turn. Like, if John wasn't the main character of Unordinary, it absolutely 100% should be Remy. Like, clearly, Serafina is the dude-tagonist. Like, obviously. She is second most important after John. Arlo, seemingly, is the tritagonist, third most important of the character. However, like, in terms of like who the story should be about, in terms of like who's most important, like whose like lives has been most affected by the events of this story, it's John and Remy. It is without a doubt. And like, I think that's kind of why like season one ends off with them fighting, because it is kind of the main characters fighting each other, really. Like, and like, I'm not saying this because like I'm not like trying to be like, oh yeah, like after like John, like Remy is obviously like the second main character. Like, no, we have the main cast, and like obviously Sarah is more important than like literally everyone else at the main cast except for John. Seraphine is the freaking mascot character of Unordinary. But like, if we were to look at it objectively as to if who should be most important after John, it would be Remy, if we're looking at it logically. But yeah, so, and like, granted, right now we're definitely focusing a lot on the trio, like the key art. Do I have the key art? Pause. I do. Okay. So, the key art for season 3. Like, Ison and Remy are up in center. Like, Sarah's like in the center with Remy, but Ison and Remy, they are not the focal point, but they are like the ones that draw the most attention in this picture. Sarah, obviously, she's big because she's also free. John is in the back. John's taking a back seat right now. The first arc of season 3 really focuses and hones in on the trio themselves. Arlo, not really big in the key art because he's not appearing that much right now. He's not showing up. Oh, I guess I was wrong. Arlo, or like in the next episode, Arlo could still show up to the prison and like talk to Tarek about everything. But I was wrong. He did not show up during the raid. He might still show up afterwards. I still think he will, but I was wrong. He did not show up during the raid. I thought like they would get like a confrontation with him during everything. But yeah, I was wrong about that. You don't have to pay me for that one. What if John arrived late when his dad visited for the first time? What do you mean by that, Colton? Okay, so like I'm not saying, what I'm not saying is that Remy is more important than everyone else. Front and center, John is more important than everyone else. John is the main character. And yes, they are the main cast. They are all protagonists in this story now, but John is the main protagonist. What I'm saying though is if we were to take a look at how a story would go, if John wasn't the main character, it would be Remy, because Remy actually has a very similar life to John. Remy has a similar personality to him sometimes too. Remy's just like a better, nicer person than John, but Remy and John are very similar, just like Blake and John are. Even Arlo himself acknowledged that. But I'm saying just like John and Remy have a lot of similarities story-wise, where like if you took John out of the picture, the person who should fill the slot of main character is Remy. Because, again, one of the first things we see in the series... Actually, let's check something real quick. Actually. So, like, if, like, William showed up and John didn't show up soon enough and, like, William told Sarah about John's ability? Okay. So, yes. So, here we go. So, here's the prologue. Yes, John is the first person to technically speak. He gives us a narration. But who's the first character to actually speak? Remy. Who are the first characters we see? Remy and Arlo. But who initiates the first fight of the series? Who's the first person to stand up for something that they believe in? Who's the first person to fight back against someone being unfair? It's Remy. Who's the thumbnail for the prologue? It's Remy. Now, granted, I'm not like I said, I'm not saying that like Remy should have been the main character. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're all not co-protagonists now. I'm saying if someone was going to be the main character instead of John, it should be Remy. And yeah, I'm not saying that the others haven't developed. I'm not saying that everything hasn't happened because of them. I'm not saying that, like, you know, they're not involved in the story or anything. I'm not saying that they that we shouldn't focus on their stories as well. I'm just saying, if we look at like how Unordinary is written, a lot of the things that John has been through also fit the bill for Remy as well. Oh no, okay, 100% full disclosure, 100% full disclosure. I know Uru is like really self-conscious about the old art style. Not gonna lie though, this shit is gas. The new art style is great. The new art style looks really cool. Looks really nice. We don't get as much of this anymore. This one, this expression could be better. Like, this panel alone obviously would be highlighted. Well, no. If this were the new art style, this guy would be grayed out. This guy would not be colored in. We don't get as much of this anymore. Like, this is cool. This right here, look at this. Look at this! I love the new art style. Like, Unordinary, there is never a point in Unordinary's run where I look at the art and here's the thing, Will. It's not both. There's at least three. There's at least three art styles for Unordinary. Why do I say three? Obviously, we have the prologue. We have the prologue here. Cut to the end of season 1. There's this. Like, Uru has gotten better. You know, she's gotten some help and everything. There's this, though. Like, this. There's this. This, though, is kind of like... This is like Uru being between Season 1 art. This is like Uru between early Unordinary art and this. This right here, this is Season 2 art. This is Season 2 art. Still looks pretty cool. There are some times where, like, you can see, like, you know, like, things look a little bit different. But Season 2 art, boom, right here. Again, it looks closer to Season 1. It looks closer to Season 2, but there's still a little bit. There's still, like, a little bit of the old Unordinary there. This is also, like, the era where, like, I think Uru wasn't really as hands-on with the art. This is, like, the era where, like, you know, you can absolutely tell, especially when it comes to chibis, you can absolutely tell when it comes to the chibis that it's either Uru, like, you know, just kind of, like, doing things a little bit faster, or it's someone else drawing entirely. So, boom, right here. So, yeah. This is the... Pause. Pause, guys. Pause. So, this right here, this is the art style that they teach you in the official Unordinary, Learn How to Draw Unordinary. This is the art style that they're teaching you how to draw. This is how things are, like, laid out and everything. So yeah, right here. This is what they're teaching you how to draw here. And boom. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, look. Expressions. This Sarah, I don't think this is the exact panel, but this Sarah is also the one that they use for intents. So yeah, this is the art style that they teach you how to draw with the official drawing book. Now, what's the third art style for Unordinary? What's the at least third art style? Season 3, obviously. Season 3, there's a lot more detail in the grayed outs, but you can tell. I never noticed her face here. That's a little funny, actually. You can really tell. You can really tell with shots like this. Like the chins are like a lot more like, you know. But yeah, you can really tell here. This is very close to Season 2 art, but like, no, this, like, Uru has, like, obviously really stepped up the game. So yeah. But no, if I'm keeping it 100% real, if I'm keeping it 100% honest, if I'm keeping it 100% honest, I really love Old Unordinary, because, like, okay. Now that we're done, I can confidently say, Blade Master John was peak. Seeing Ison level up was peak. But I still truly believe, without a doubt, with complete certainty, the best fight in the series still goes to episode 55 and 56. John versus Ventus and Melee and Arlo is still peak. This is still sauce. This is still it, bro. Bro, look at her. Bro. I mean, Nepsinol was cool. Nepsinol was cool, Mandar. But, like, bro. Joker versus Royals over Nepsinol versus Zeke any time of day. Okay, so Colton, you weren't here last week. But one thing that I think is like super, super crazy is like clearly there are a lot of grayed outs in Unordinary. There are so many grayed outs in Unordinary. You know, like and it makes sense. Save time. Just make them look like people. Don't color them. Don't bother. But like the fact that like the prison guards were okay. When it came to like the bureau workers the agents who like stormed Wellston, it made sense because those were just like cannon fodder soldiers. But the fact that it was confirmed that the prison guards were at minimum elite tiers and some high tiers, the fact that was confirmed and they were all grayed out except for one panel where where like a guy suddenly got colored because Ison was fighting him and Uru wanted to give him a little treat. Uru wanted to throw the dog a little bone. The fact that like high tiers and elite tier. Okay, yes. Okay, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Okay, right here. He's grayed out. This guy isn't important. Oh wait, I'm not. So, right here. This guy is not important. None of these guards are important. None of them matter. Why are we're paying attention to them? Why? One of them just got color. What's going on there? What the hell? And here's the thing. Even obviously it's because like his hair is also gray, his buzz is also gray, but like his text bubble is also still gray, but he gets a little bit of color and we get to see what his eye color is. But like we get that because he's important for a brief second because Ison's fighting him. And honestly, I love this episode because like Ison fighting this guy, Ison getting to take out one guy, and Sarah's just like, good job, Ison. That was great. That was impressive. Sarah just wipes out 3 other guards. Well, like, Ison does everything in his power to take out one guy. And boom, look at that. He lost his relevance, and he's back to gray. Oh, it's great. I love it. I love it. It's great. It's great. I love it. So no, John and Sarah. Here's the thing. John versus Sarah was not one of the best fights in the series. John versus Sarah was not one of the best fights in the series. John versus Sarah, however, was one of the best events in the series. It was one of the best moments in the series. It wasn't one of the best fights because, yeah, it was just kind of John lashing out a lot and Sarah just avoiding a lot of attacks. But, like, Sarah charging up and like finally deciding I have to break this barrier and like to save John. Like I have to save John. Like Sarah locking in because she said to herself, I need to save John from himself. That was amazing. I fucking love those panels so much. Seeing Sarah shatter the barrier, like shatter like John's bubble, like seeing like John break down finally, that was incredible. That was beautiful. John versus Sarah, not one of the best fights in the series, but it was one of the best moments. Like it was one of the most important ones too, obviously. But yeah, it wasn't the best of the it wasn't one of the best fights. It was one of the best events. It's as simple as that. Now, Colton, that's a good point because like obviously there is a possibility, there's a not less than 0% chance that at some point Oren put control over Sarah. There's a not 0% chance that happened. And honestly, if that's something that like Uru revealed like down the line without like much setup, well, like, you know, not like showing us like Colton like staring or why do I keep calling him Colton? Like, you know, without showing us like in the past, obviously like a point where like Oren was like standing above Sarah and like doing something to her. Like, you know, obviously like if like Oren just showed up and was like, Sarah, fight your friend, destroy him. And like Sarah had no choice but to listen. That would be like that would be like so crazy. Like I'm not going to say that will never happen because obviously we don't know. We don't know. I don't think if he hasn't done it already, I don't think that once they confront Oren finally, I don't think Colton can just go, Seraphina, fight your friends. Random pink-haired girl, fight your friends. Boy with red hair, kill yourself. I don't think he can do that. I do think he must have... Okay. I say that, but that's kind of what he did with Rain. Maybe he also did something with Rain before, like, you know, like talking to her and like the other guy. But yeah, I think there has to be a reason for Oren to be able to do the things he does. I think he has to like set something up, because like with Caden, like there's lingering effect stuff on Caden. Like there's like something like whatever he did to Caden however long ago is still in effect on him. Caden can't remember the address whatsoever. So yeah, I definitely think like he might have done something similar to Sarah, probably when she was using the recovery machine once, but who knows? Animation, you're not in trouble. But ask me that question again and remove that shit from your... Wait. Sorry, no. Mandark. Yeah, actually no. Animation and Mandark. Send your chats again, but remove the shit from it and use a better example. That's all I'm gonna say. Question of the day. Question of the day. What's question of the day? I was gonna delete your comment, Animation, but I won't. I won't be that petty, but I will ask that you do that. Question. Oh, damn. What is a good question of the day? Oh my God. I could do a whole stream talking about that, but I won't. It's not worth it. Oh no, solo. Blake is not gonna be okay. Blake is not okay right now. Because at the end of the chapter, he was not thinking of the things that Keon said. Blake was just thinking those things. That was Blake's voice, not Keon's anymore. But yeah. Mandark, we're not talking about that, bro. We're not talking about that, bro. The only thing I'm going to say is rest in peace, a true goat, but we're not talking about that. We have to wait and see, Solo. We have to wait and see because, like, have we ever found... Okay, actually, you know what? I think we've never really seen injuries to this extent, honest. We've not seen follow-up to it, though. We've not seen how far healing actually can go in this world. Here's what's happening for sure. Here's what is happening for sure. For sure, Tariq's got scars. He's for sure got scars from this fight. He's for sure got a scar on his left eye. However, we know that Kuyo cut a woman nearly in half and took off an arm. We know that the woman who should absolutely 100% be dead is comatose. Uru, she's fucking dead. But we don't know Arnold's situation 100% right now. We don't know for sure how far healing goes in this show. Now, personally, I think personally, he might be blind. And I think that if we see him again soon, that will be a testament as to how far treatments and like healing and everything can go in this world. Me personally though, I think Tarek has his does not have his left eye anymore. Left eye? Yeah, left. But yeah, so that's my thought. Yeah, and actually that'll be question of the day. Is Tarek blind in one eye now? Is Tarek blind in one eye? Who knows? I am so... I'm not gonna lie. When he started healing, I thought there is no fucking way that this guy is Pyre. But who knows? Yeah, fair enough, Sumar. And honestly, we never see like super high healing aside from in John or like Sarah. We never see designated healers with like high power like that, you know. But yeah. But also like the world is advanced enough. And I'm going to say the world, even though, like, you know, DAWG is really the only example. We know that it's possible. The world is advanced enough that, like, broken bones and limbs can be repaired in a matter of hours. So that's already very advanced. Personally, I don't think it is out of the realms for you know, dismembrance? chopping arms off. I don't think it's out of the. I don't think it should be out of the realm of possibility that like limbs can be reattached in this world. I don't think it should be, but we don't know for sure. We don't know for sure. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on, Solo. Let me check that real quick. Let me just check that real quick. We have Solo. We have. And honestly, now that you point that out, I think it was kind of wasted. John at Rowden Hill. John at Rowden Hill had perfect healing. He had 10 out of 10 healing. And he only used it to heal up a few scratches on Blake. But also this is why I'm like John should have had like wait. John should have been like, a little bit higher. So Miles got pretty high healing. This is also why like I think John should have had perfect healing here, or why I really would have liked to get like the like prison guards like abilities and stuff, because we don't know for sure. Animation, but yeah, he'd probably beat her ass. But yeah, this is also why like I really would have preferred if we got like the prison guards abilities, because like John only had like 9 healing. But yeah. Bro, Colton, she's not nerfing John, okay? Relax, bro. Relax. So yeah, I definitely do think like abilities like healing, not recovering aura, that is kind of weird to me, because I'm not gonna say 100% that it always has been this way. However, I believe the story has always implied that. Now again, like I said at the beginning of the stream, what they were up against in the past has really just been shitty, aside from a few occasions. For the most part, what everyone has been fighting up to this point, fellow teenagers, a shitty adult every now and then. Not obviously, they're gonna be a lot easier to deal with, and they're not gonna take up as much energy fighting them as they are going up against government agencies. So people have been saying that, Suman Dark, and I don't think that's true. Like, I have the doc. I have the Q&A doc. I don't have... Oh, actually, no, I do have it pulled up. Do I? Yeah. I don't think that's true. But, like, a lot of people have been saying that lately, and, like like, if they have the proof, like, gladly show me. Like, show me, and like I'll admit defeat. But like Uru has confirmed, like, do not, like, levels do not go past 10. Do individual stats? Maybe, but I don't think that's true. I don't think she ever said that. Now, someone has also said that, Pommy, and I don't think that's something that has been said. That has never been a thing, Wheel. Stats have okay. If Uru has said that stats can go past 10, it has never been shown in a graph. It has never been shown in a graph. There has never been an ability with stats that like go past the graph. That's not a thing. Absolutely, that's not a thing. Okay. Here's what we got, boys. We got. Oh, no. They're coming. They're coming, Colton. They're coming. Sarah's fighting someone with space manipulation. Trust. Okay. I typed in stats. I typed in individual and like there was nothing there. Stats explanation. Pokemon stats. It's in the Discord solo. So let's see. Uru's Discord, by the way. Have you ever gotten feedback? All the time. I feel like there are some misconceptions about the power distribution system in our distribution in Unordinary. I feel like because the meter is 1 out of 10, most people think that 4 is really weak, but in reality 4 is actually considered really strong. So I guess I didn't do a good job of explaining that. Yeah, like stats in Unordinary are nothing to like mess with. I like to think that 1 to 5 is as the actual meter. Anything above 5 is extra. So if you're above 5, you're really freaking strong. Okay? Okay. Does John need to sense the all those? Okay. Do stats and ability level naturally cap at 10? If so, is it possible to break the 10 mark with the usage of drugs? Michael Rod. Shoutouts to Mike. The current cap is 10. The current cap. The current cap. Okay. What about Misa's ability? We've seen like one panel of her, and it seems like a repulsion ability, but we've got no name or stats to go off of. Well, you pretty much got it. You got the basic idea of what it does. Well, is charge then just enhancing the user's ability to tackle, since it's like charge? Yep, a couple of stats you could probably deduce what it does. Okay. Yeah. The phrasing of that. But who knows? How do you determine how many cumulative stat points a character will have in accordance with their ability? Cumulative stat points depend on what their overall level, plus minus a few points, but there are exceptions. Asked it. Deluxe Sandwich Captain. Jesus. Okay. Since Blyke's power up, I wanted to know if when reaches the 5 point, it unlocks passive. If this passive has some kind of synergy with the ability, does it boost the stats of the user? Passives always have. Okay. Do aura/abilities give an innate strength boost to every character? For example, Elaine has a strength to break someone's arm with a punch despite being a healer. And many characters have a chart where none of the stats are 0. So does Aura give. Some abilities do, depends on their chart. If you hit the correct place with enough points, you can really okay. I mean, maybe there is a chance. We're still not halfway through like all the like stat stuff. Okay, so how does phase shift work exactly? Does one? How do stats correlate to levels? Is the mastery equal the amount of stats you have in potential? Stats don't directly correlate to level. What? Stats don't directly correlate to level, but increasing your level will increase your stats in most cases. Potential is your born innate talent. Mastery is your developed skill. Is potential set for every, like, can some ability have 10 power, 8 defense, and someone else with the same ability have 8 power and 10 defense? Or, okay, yeah. Individually, okay. Why is Roker Missile new? Then Bimmelstone. Wouldn't lower tiers be more overpowered with amplifiers than high tiers? It seems like their potential. Amplifiers multiply your stats by 1.5. So technically, higher tiers gain more strength from amplifiers. Okay. Did John used to have a crush on Claire? Yeah. Is the stat pyramid something that exists in the universe, or is it just something for us? We have the exact stats. Stats within the story are estimations. Okay. What are Cecile's stats? Can amplifiers still boost some? When John was an elite tier and copied people stronger than him, are John's stats weaker, or does he fully? When Blyke improved his ability, all his stats were except for power. One thing I actually realized in this document when I was reading it a few weeks ago, guys, we've been pronouncing her name wrong this entire time. We're gonna read Jungle Juice. It looks like we're not doing a second read through of Unordinary again this week, so sorry. Are the stats on stat charts canon and measured in world, or are they just for audience interpretation? For audience. Okay. Okay. Nothing there. Nothing there about stats. About stats staying the same. There's no way she did her so dirty. If you had to describe the personalities of each of your important characters in one word, what would they be? John, angry. Sarah, chill. Arlo, logical. Blake, loyal. Remy, curious. Ison, laid back. Elaine, follower. Cecile, salty. She did her so dirty. Anyway, we've been saying her name all wrong. We've been saying Cecile. It's actually Cecile. Cecile by the seashore. Cecile, seashells by the seashore. Okay. It's Cecile, not Cecile. It is Cecile. But yeah. Question of the day. Is Tariq blind in one eye now? Okay. And with that out of the way, we may finally jump to some jungle juice. So, yeah. We're jumping to jungle juice now, guys. So, let's get into this. Yeah. Now, granted, I will say, what I will say, though, is I've seen a lot of people say that a lot of the Jokers used to pronounce his name. They used to say, like, Eisen, like from Bleach. I've also heard Eason in the past. But I am so glad that Uru confirmed it's Isen. It's Isen. Isen. Honestly, no, I'm probably still going to use Cecile. I probably will not remember to say Cecile. But yeah. Blake, so Steph, one of the Jokers, Steph always says Blake, and I'm like, bro, there's no A. What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Come on. Bro, don't do him like this. Blake. What? Bro, Wheel, she's not important, bro. She don't matter. She dog shit, man. But yeah. Okay. Last time on Jungle Juice. Brader's a fucking psychopathic kid. Bro, no, yeah, like we had a lot to talk about tonight, man, Dark, and I know it's really late for you. I know it's really late for you. But I appreciate you coming by, bro. Even if you don't stick around for Jungle Juice, I appreciate you coming by, bro. It's good to see you. Good talks, like good conversations we had. But yeah, bro, man. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna grab a water real quick. So I will be right back, guys. Okay. So yeah. So last time on Jungle Juice, bro, Breeder's a little psychopath. Like, yeah, no, okay. This is really bad because he's like a kid. He is a child. But like, bro, I can't say that I feel sorry that Professor Ma tried to kill this kid. Like, bro, this kid's a little freaking murderer. Anyway. Let's jump into it. Professor Ma was just... Later animation. Bro, we're not focused on Huijin right now. We're focused on Breeder. This. Oh, that's... Wait. Ew! Bro! Bro, take off your suit! What are you doing? Ew! Why are you in the shower? Why are you in the shower with the full suit on, bro? Ew. Gross. It's wrong. This is not how I imagined the new mankind would be. They were not supposed to be hideous. I mean, yeah, it's kind of hideous. I failed to take into account the possibility of carnivorous insect humans at this rate. I'm not gonna say it. Why the mustache look kind of like someone else's? All humans will become monsters. I must put a stop to this before it's too late. What's your name? Vistros or something? I don't know. You want to halt the production of jungle juice. Because there are side effects. That's right. We will conduct a thorough review on the production process. I don't care. Carnivorous or not, insect humans are all monsters already. What the hell is this? Huh? What is that? Is he one already? Besides, humans can always betray. Oh, that's a claw right there. This guy. But mindless beasts will always follow their instincts. They will be much easier to handle as weapons. Do you remember which episode that was, Colton? Because, like, that rings a bell, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know about working with a criminal organization, but I'm sure they'll follow use. But I'm sure they'll use it for wrongful purposes. I was wrong. There was no one in this lab who genuinely agreed with me. The only way to stop mankind from becoming hideous monsters is this. Shoot that kid! There is no other way. Jungle juice. I must kill him. He is the one leading the research. If he dies... Damn it. Are you not going to shoot me? Oh! You want to stop unlawful experiments, but you can't bring yourself to kill me. I was wrong about you, Professor. This kid's a little psycho. I have no sympathy for Breeder. I have no sympathy for Breeder. I have no sympathy for Dabi. I have no sympathy for Toga. I have sympathy for Shigaraki. I have Breeder. You can go on the list of You can go on the list of traumatic backstory villains. That I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what else happens here. You let your emotions cloud your judgment. Like the rest of humans. Like the rest of humans. You mean humanity? Judair? Yoon? Please, apprentice. You must stop this. I realized this after seeing the outcome. Jungle Juice should not be released into the world. I simply wanted to save mankind from extinction. I didn't want to turn them into monsters. It's not too late. Maybe we can still do something about it. We'll start from scratch and invent a more perfect jungle juice that does not turn humans into monsters. I decline. Let me tell you what. I've always found this world absolutely boring. This kid is a little psychopath. I just couldn't understand why people would do the same thing over and over. It was like seeing a group of ants marching in a line without defecting once. I was lonely. I was lonely! I felt like I was the odd one out. But ever since coming here, I've actually been having a lot of fun. I discover more possibilities with each successful experiment. I can empathize with test subjects even. No! You're a scientist yourself, Professor Ma. Don't you wish to create the ultimate form of humans? Look at the other monstrosities I did. I'm a little psychopath. I finally realized why he and I couldn't come to an agreement. Humans and insects are the same to this kid. They're all objects to him. I must do this. I must kill. Do it! God damn it. Sorry to disappoint you, Professor Ma. But Boss Agata said my brain is a valuable asset. He dispatched bodyguards to keep me safe 24/7. No! Let go of me! I must stop him! What should we do with him? Kill him? Or would you like to use him as a test subject? Neither. Just let him go. When I meet him again, I'm going to show him that I've been right the whole time. Ah. I forgot to tell him I gave a name to myself. Geez, after thinking long and hard about it, too. Some say the name of the... Let me guess, he names himself Breeder? Determines their life. That's how important names are. I named myself. A few hours later, I woke up in the middle of the forest. I realized there was nothing I could do by myself. I tried to report this to the authorities to put a stop to it all. I didn't care if I was going to be arrested. I wanted to tell Interpol everything. That was when... Keep quiet. Follow me. A mask? Dean! The Dean? Do-Yeon Ma, inventor of jungle juice. My employer wants to speak with you in person. Follow you? Where? Where do you think? South Korea. Yo, that's cool. That's cool. I was approached by a newly established South Korean institution, Counter Disaster Committee. Wait. Counter Disaster Committee. Okay, I guess that's what it's called. It was founded in preparation for catastrophic events and terrorist attacks. Although located in South Korea, it already had international support. They said they've had their eyes on Project Jungle Juice. and the threats it posed ever since I... What's wrong? Are you scared of the punishment you'll receive? No. I am surprised that others have been doing something about the inevitable extinction of mankind. Yeah. But the biggest threat in our country is jungle juice invented by you. Your gang began smuggling jungle juice into South Korea. We have reason to believe that they plan to test the first batch of jungle juice here. We're doing our best to prevent that from happening, but it is only a matter of time. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was weird. And if that happens... Okay, Su-chan. That's Huijin. That's Huijin. Doa. Hye-song. Look at little Hye-song. Countless lives. Will, that cannot happen. There is a way to prevent that. We will eradicate jungle juice from the face of the planet. That is the only way to rectify the wrong I've done. Please, I need your help. I had initially thought you were a mad scientist, but maybe I was wrong about you. Wait a minute. Just the two of us? Are you serious? What's wrong with that? I tagged along because you wanted my help. I was expecting a whole team of Special Forces agents or something. You must not underestimate this place. Members of Facinia are here. And that's not all. I think they died. Also, yeah, I guess I was wrong. Su-chan and Breeder aren't brothers. There are also monsters. Intruder alert! You were right. If we did nothing about this lab, it would have led to the worst disaster in history. Former hitman, mercenary working for intelligence committee team of the committee, Ghostblade, Undo. Cool. That's pretty cool. All right. So, good episodes. Is the Dean not an insect human either, then? I guess not. I guess not. Anyway. Twill also be it for Jungle Juice tonight. Yeah. I'm sorry. I have no sympathy for Breeder. I'm sorry that someone tried to put a stop to you. Little psychopath. Anyway. We went for a while tonight, guys. But yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. We're going to be back next week. So, as always, everyone. See you, Space Cowboy.